Hi guys, so back again for our usual Friday update on the Reefer 250, and this is just over 3 months now, 3 months 1 week. So if you're new to tuning into this channel, please hit the subscribe. If you're into reef tanks, marine tanks, you probably get quite a lot from these videos. Basically it's a video catalogue of my progression as the tanks are maturing. If you look back through the channel, you'll see video updates from day one on a little Fluval M40 nano tank that I done all the way through to 6 months. That was really successful, and this tank is now 3 months old, and obviously I've done a video update every week from the start, and now we're 3 months in. So yeah, hit the subscribe and hopefully enjoy. So to the rest of you guys that are subscribers and that tune in every week, everything's going good. I've been on my usual maintenance Monday is now changed. I do it on a Friday now, and I've been on this tank all day long messing around with it. So yeah, I started at 9 o'clock this morning and only just finished. It's amazing how much time you can burn through just messing around and dicking around with these reef tanks. So yeah, today was just going to be my usual 10% water change, but what I ended up doing is just having a good sort out the sump area, giving that a good clean up, because I'm running such high alkalinity and calcium. You get the carbonate build up on the heaters, so I thought I'd just have a good clean up down there and stuff, and top up all my dosing solutions and make up new solution and stuff. So I've got enough months to come, and it's literally and clean all the glasses. It's taken me all day to do. So everything's going really well. Slight change from last week. Hopefully it's not till you look back at the videos and you see the differences, but there's definitely more coralline algae growing now on the back. It's all expanding nicely. I think a good point of reference is this new wave machine's been here 3 weeks. You see because of the light, but it's really encrusting around it now. In 3 weeks, that's really good. And the ugly green patchy algae on this central box is starting to fade away. So that's all good. And the white haze problem I had with the water column, I mean it's a little bit misty in there because I've just been messing around with it all day. And with the water change, you always get a bit of misty water, and it takes a day or so to clear, but to crystal clear. But yeah, that's virtually gone now. Yeah, all the livestock's doing really well. All the fish stock, just whilst he's out, that 6-line wrassin is gone again now. Yeah, they're all doing fine. The mimic tang settled in lovely, feeding really well, starting to bulk up now. I'm intrigued to see what this fish will end up looking like as it changes colour. As it matures, they darken up around the face. I think they go orange from what I've researched online. 6-line wrasse is fine. He's not out all the time, he's darting in and out the rock. But yeah, he seems happy. A pack of 8 blue chromis, they're all doing well. Bunch of squabbling teenagers, that lot. They're always hungry, always bugging me for food. Every time I walk past the tank, they follow me up and down. What I'm going to go through is actually what I feed in this video, so you know what I'm feeding and stuff, and my routine. Coral stock, that's all going well. Purple Stylophora, sort of centerpiece, my SPS. I can't wait to put more SPS in it. It's just I'm trying to save some money up, so I can just go out and buy loads of stuff I want. A bit frustrating really, but hey, that's life. But yeah, Purple Stylophora doing really well, ready to split at the top. Hopefully the next couple of weeks, focus on it properly. next couple of weeks, these branches at the top start splitting into two again. But yeah, good growth. And the pink hystrix, growing really well. His tips all forking into two. Just get some nice close-ups of it because it's good to look back at the videos on the growth. The fish always in the way, as usual. But yeah, what other things to cover? Yeah, the GSP do really well. It's starting to spread. I'm hoping it will start to spread over the top now. Hoping it'll cover all of this rock. So it's really nice in the flowing current. And the torch coral, which I said it wasn't growing, it's been such a slow start of this. It's all healthy and fine, it's just not growing. But I've noticed this past few weeks it's just starting to split. Finally, the heads are starting to split. There's definitely two mouths now on each side. If I zoom in, you'll see. Hopefully, it'll catch you on the camera. There's two mouths there now, on this side and the other side. And in the mornings, the feeding tentacles are right out. So once or twice a week, I'm starting to feed it brine shrimp through a syringe, straight target feeding it. So hopefully that'll give it a boost. And Zoa garden at the top. Not really interested in these Zoas, to be honest. I bought them for the nano tank. They're a little bit high up in the tank, really. They don't really like too much light. Notice sometimes they have a bit of a moody day where they sort of close up, look like they're melting. But today's a good day; they're all out. But I'm not really fussed whether they survive or not. They probably be fine. A bit of green star polyp colony that's spread onto the back there. That's growing nicely. And my new coral, there's another bit of GSP there, different kind, not quite so bright. And that's growing well. My new coral, the barley slimer, acro. And this will be interesting because one of the branches I bought it with one of the branches dead, and this side is really healthy and it's starting to spread onto the frag plug. It's hard to see growth, but I think the pale green at the top is new growth. I think we've got growth on it. They're supposed to be quite fast growing, so yeah, fingers crossed with that. That's going to look amazing when it starts branching right up, growing right up. So that's fine. Okay, so down in this turn the light on. Down in this we have just had a bit of a clean up down here. The sump area, because you get lots of carbonate build up on the heaters. They're all flaking off and stuff and looks really messy. So having a good hoover out in there, the water siphon and stuff. Yeah, all fine. Dosing pumps fine. As you can see, these dosing containers, I've stocked them right to the top. Magnesium, alkalinity, and calcium. And I've got stock solution behind to fill the containers back up. Let's just hope and pray, fingers crossed, touch wood, that the dosing pump doesn't jam on at all, because if it doses any of this solution all in one hit, we're going to have a massive tank crash. But so I shouldn't say that, it's tempting fate, but it should be fine. I think it's quite unlikely to do that. But yeah, good little dose of this. So I'm just tweaking it. If you go onto online, go onto aquatic log and tap in the search banner Nath's Reef, and you'll see this tank come up and all the parameters and levels, what I'm testing for, when I tested it and stuff. And if you hover the mouse over the figure, it pops up what I'm dosing per day. So yeah, I'm just fine tuning with the dosing now. I'm running, my levels are really good. Starting with magnesium, I'm running at 1420. Calcium tested, I've done all my tests today. It's 1420 on the magnesium. Calcium was at 420. I like to run it about 450, so I've upped a bit on the doser to bring that back up to 450. My alkalinity is at 12.1, which is really where I want it, between 12 and 12.5. So that's cool, all good. My nitrates and phosphates are 0, and I'm using Salifert test kits, so I know they're accurate. I can't quite believe my luck again with this tank. Nitrates and phosphates are non-existent. You know, I'm not going to moan about it. It's really good. I mean, I'd like my nitrates at sort of, you know, 0.1, 0.2. You know, some sort of trace of nitrate there, but it's not showing anything, which is unbelievable. So I do feed, not a ridiculous amount of food goes in a day, but you know, I do feed 3 times a day. So yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, my pH is at 8.1. It's always at 8.1 whenever I test it. I would imagine towards the end of the day, I think I've got a reading of 8.2 before, when the lights have been on all day, but you'd expect that pH rises with the towards the end of the day and drops off at night. So I'm in the right range there. I always test sort of, you know, lunchtime-ish. Lights haven't been on for that long. It's at 8.1, so I imagine it drops probably to about 8 through the night, and then peaks at about 8.2, 8.3 maybe towards the end of the day. So that's spot on as well. So yeah, the parameters are absolutely perfect. So fingers crossed, you know, I'm doing all the right things, and we should get some really, the fish stock should do really well, and the coral stock should do really well. What else do I need to cover? Yeah, feeding. I'll move on to feeding what I feed. It's important for these fish to get the right foods, but a variety of food for their diet, so they sort of have good health, good colour and stuff. So what I'm feeding is, I've just been experimenting with different foods really, but there's 2 different foods I'm feeding, and that's a mixture of frozen and flake. Obviously they all have the different requirements, but I'm pretty lucky they all eat everything as well. They're not too fussy. So what I do in the morning is I fill, you can probably see here, look, fill this little cup up with RO water. I put a cube of brine shrimp in and a cube of Cyclops. I put a pinch of marine flakes, Vitalis, which is their new company name, New Era. There's the old pot, New Era labelling. So yeah, marine flakes, a pinch of that, and a pinch of these algae flakes, all in the same pot. Mix it all up. Now, once everything's settled to the bottom of the cup, I then pour most of the water away, because the water goes all murky, green and stuff, and all that nutrients you're chucking in the tank is not good really. So if you can get sort of help the system out and help the skimmer out and that, it's all good. So yeah, chuck that, and then I'll refill it again with RO, and that's my whole day's worth of feeding, and I feed probably 3 or 4 times a day. So I just pour in as and when I want really, sort of lunchtime, 2, 3 o'clock, and about 5, 6 o'clock, and then towards the end of the day as well. So they get a mixture of food throughout the whole day, and they're all doing well. They're all of good weight. None of them are skinny. They're all growing well. The colours are good. So that's it. It's important not to overfeed your tank. You know, if you've got high nitrates and phosphates and stuff, you know you're overfeeding. So yeah, it's important. Just go easy. You'll get an idea of what to feed. But don't be fooled. They'll always look hungry. Always. As long as you're feeding sort of 2 or 3 times a day, small amounts, of the right kind of food, it'll be fine. I've also adjusted, sorry, moving off food now, I've adjusted my lighting program actually on the Kessels, just to make sure there's the right amount of light. It's quite hard to judge really, depending on what corals you've got. You don't want too much light for too long a period, because you're at risk of obviously bleaching, getting coral bleaching. But obviously you've got to have the right amount of light for what you've got in there. I mean, the soft stuff, the Xenia and the SPS and stuff, that's fine with whatever really. It's the SPS corals. Oh, that little frag, Hystrix frag, is slowly growing, slowly getting there. Yeah, so just slightly, what they do is they come on, the lights come on at 9 o'clock in the morning, sorry, no, 10 o'clock in the morning on the blue moon setting, real low intensity, like 5%, and then ramp up to about 80% intensity, but still only on about 20-30% colour. And then from 12 through to 5 PM, they ramp right up to 100%. And then from 5 till 7, they ramp down a little bit. So we're coming up to this near full brightness now, what we have 10 past 4 in the afternoon, 88% colour and 96% intensity. Yeah, and then they just ramp down slowly to midnight to 0 again, back to moonlight. And then at midnight everything goes off completely black, they're completely shut down. So yeah, that's the lighting. I've been messing around with that. What else is there to cover? I think that's about it really. So everything's going well. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're up to about nearly 600 subscribers now, which is unbelievable. Let's get a view around this side of the thing as well. So maintenance wise, I'm doing 10% water changes every single week. 10% water change. Every month I change my Roafos out, and the carbon every 2 or 3 weeks. Switching that out. Making sure my skimmer cup is clean every 3 or 4 days or so. My filter socks, change them out weekly. And yeah, it's obviously the dosing pumps are dosing the right amounts in to keep the levels of alkalinity, calcium and magnesium up, and everything's going really, very well. So hopefully we get some more stock in there soon, if money permits, get some more corals, a bit more to talk about. Any questions you've got, chuck them in the box below as usual. And anything big you want covered, I'll try and cover it in a video. And that's it. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next week. Cheers folks, bye.